Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to install OpenVAS on Kali Linux in a step-by-step guide for you. So what is OpenVAS? OpenVAS consists of a server component and various client tools for performing vulnerability scanning, report generation, and configuration management. The server component runs on Linux and Unix system and provides scanning engine tests for different types of vulnerabilities. Now, OpenVAS can detect various vulnerabilities, including the operating system, application vulnerabilities, misconfiguration, and insecure network services. It also can be for compliance with different security standards, such as PCI, DSS, and HIPAA, and more. OpenVAS is regularly updated with the new vulnerability checks and improvements to its scanning engine. Security professionals, system administrators, and organizations often use it to identify and mitigate security vulnerabilities in their infrastructure. With that being said, right now, the first step I always advise everyone is that to update Kali Linux before you do. Now, the first step I would like to switch to the root, okay? And here I'm gonna start the installation process by typing apt install OpenVAS. Give it a few seconds, okay? Now it's finished. Now, the second step, which is going to take a while for it to finish, but we need to run it, okay? You type gvn dash setup. This process is going to take a very long time to complete. So what we're going to do right now, I'm going to pause this video and come back to it when it's finished. Now, I just completed step number 1, which is install OpenVAS. In step number 2, after this process is completed, we will start with the configuring OpenVAS. Now we could see that step number 1 has been completed. Now it's very important that you make a note of the password. Do not lose it. So this is how I would like to do it. I'd like to minimize this one here. Open text editor, paste it. Okay. You're gonna need it later on to reset the password. Okay. Just open that again. Now, after we finish this step and save the password, now the second step that we're going to check, make sure everything is done correctly. So gvm dash check setup run. Okay, see, right now I got this error message here. Very simple. The fix is it's ready. So what do I need to do? I just have to type run. The same thing you see right here. I just have to type it. Okay. Okay. Then press run. Now this fix might take some time. Just as a quick reminder, uh, is stuff like this will take some time for it to update and download the things that needs to fix it. And the next step here, we need to type the command to start OpenVAS. And by the way, the OpenVAS service will run on a specific port. See it. Now, with the setup has been completed and
Installation has been completed. Configuration has been completed. Now I would like to start GBM. Start. Okay. So what I like to do, usually I'd like to stop it and start it again because I've noticed a couple of times before during the, after you finish installation, if you try to do scan, you will get like database error. So it will be better to do stop, okay, then start. Okay. Now notice that how this is gonna start with this URL and this particular port. Okay, you just started now. We type admin. Okay. Now we just need to copy the same password here. Okay. Now, first thing I advise you to do immediately reset the password because this is a very difficult password to remember. Okay, you click on the edit here, and then you type same password you just logged in, and then choose whatever password you feel comfortable with. Now we're done with the password. Okay, now I'm gonna close this one. The reason why behind this, I would like to do an update. You know, it's very important that you update the database. Okay, so we're gonna run it. So this was gonna do is gonna update all the vulnerability available in different feeds, and we just have to give it some time until it finishes, and then we come back and we start with step number 3. Sorry, step number 4, which is the scanning process. Now this is done, so I'm gonna stop the service again. Okay, because it's already started. And just in case, I'm gonna start it. I'd like to do this process every time I do an update to avoid any errors. Okay, admin and the password. Okay, we'll save it. Anyway, so I'm just gonna give you like a quick overview about the main features in the system here. Now, the first one here, this is the dashboard. You can see like this is just an overview of the components. You could always add additional dashboard. Like for example, you could do the scan displays, which is here, or you could do the asset display, which is right here, or you could do the SIC info display, which is right here. Okay, so these, I mean here, we'll do the scan. Okay, okay, and then we select scans display, and there you go. We haven't done any scanning because this is a brand new installation. Okay, so that's the dashboard. Now the scan here, you could create a task. You could, after task is finished, you could check out the report. Okay, you could see the results, and here you could see list of vulnerabilities. We're gonna go over these after we do our first initial scan. The asset here, if you click here, like if you did a scan against another computer system, you will see the asset information right here. Okay, and you'll be able to know what type of operating system or what type of TLS. All this information will be presented to you right here. Now, the SIC info, and this contains the latest vulnerabilities in the database system. Here you could see for example, like if you want to examine this one, you just click right here, and here you'll be able to see the summary of it, the scoring according to CVSS, okay, and some insight. Any user with this edit rights on a document can trigger an XAR import, you know, and then what type of software version it's running, and what is the solution for that. Okay, so these are just the example here. Here, you could try this also. This is according to CPE. Okay, and if you click here, you'll see that it will just give you like the latest information about Apache. Okay, and this tells you that this is retired, and you know, so this is all in the database of the system here. In the configuration here, you could configure the target. Now here it says it won't scan the local host immediately. The port lists over here. Okay, you just have to click here and you'll see number of port counts, number of TCP ports, port count, UDP port count, and this is also for Nmap top 100 UDP ports, you know. And here you could see the scan configuration. In the scan configuration, you could choose base, which is like basic configuration, okay, for scanning. Here for network discovery, right here, okay. And here, full and fast, that's the default scanning if you do not want to do anything else, okay. Here we have the host discovery, okay, if you want to scan for host discovery. Here, if configuration which checks for log4j vulnerability. Here, if you want to do system discovery, okay, uh, just a straightforward configuration. It's not really difficult. Any alerts? Well, we don't have any alerts so far. Here's if you have any schedule scan. This will get to that later on. Any report format. Here you can see different type of report format. XML format, or CSV results, or PDF if you like, or text or XML. Okay, you could decide on the format of the report. Okay, here's the scanners. Okay, this is our default scanner. OpenVAS, that's our default. So every time you run a scan, it will use the OpenVAS default scan. Now here, if you want to create filters, this is more advanced, and the text as well. Now for administration, here you could see the list of the users in the system. You can create the groups. You can also create roles, like an admin roles, guest, info, monitor, observer, or user, okay? And the permissions also, you could set the permission also to authenticate to the system, and some other stuff here. Now, let's look at the scan. Okay. If you click on a scan here, you have an option to type, task wizard right here. Okay. So, okay. And then here, what we're going to do right now, we're going to scan the internal system, the actual Kali Linux. So we're just going to keep it as is. And we're going to start the scan. Okay. Now, the scan, it will take good amount of time for it to complete. Okay, so we will have to pause the video and come back to it once it is done. Now you can see that started the 0%. It's running, and it's supposed to be, it's supposed to start counting the percentage up, so. See now, it start counting the percentage. I mean, so pause it, come back to it once it is finished. Okay, so the scan is finished. So we scan our own Kali Linux, and if I click here, I'll come up with the different menu, like information. Like this is a immediate scan. Again, this is the default depth scan option. Okay, you know, here's the result. Okay, and the host, number of ports. Here we have only one port, operating system, Linux kernel, and so on. Now, I'm going to run again another scan, but this time I'm going to run it against Metasploitable 3. Okay, so I'm going to create advanced task wizard. So here I'm going to say Metasploitable 3. Now, I'm going to keep it fast, full and fast, okay, not host discovery whatsoever, or not system discovery. Start immediately. Here, the only thing I need to do is just to type 192.168 dot 77.2. Make sure that Kali can ping the other machine. Start immediately. I mean, you could create a schedule if you like, you know. And here, like if you have SSH server running on the other end, you know, you could type in the credential information or SMB or even for the VMware hypervisor and configure the email to report to you. So create, so requested. Now we just started, queued, okay, okay, let's start it. So we'll pause the video. Now, while the scanning is running, I'm gonna show you another feature if you want to create a task. So you just have to move the mouse over here, hover over this area and say new task. You put down the task name, any comments, and you decide about, you know, the targets. And if you want to set an alert, you could create a schedule. You know, you could add the results to the asset, which is right here and this here. Like if you scan something before, any new scan result will be added to the existing asset information. You could overwrite whatever you've done before. Uh, Here, this is, you know, also here, there's like if you want to auto delete reports, and the default scanner will be the OpenVAS default. And here we select the default one, full and fast. So this will give you just, you know, quick summary or quick idea about if you want to create a new text. So the only thing is left right now for us for Metasploitable 3 to finish scanning, because we will be able to see much more interesting information, how great this scanner is. Okay. Okay, now after, you know, after you leave it for a while, the system will log you out. So let's log in. And oh, okay. So I could see right now, Metasploitable 3 has been completed. Okay, so let's just click on done. Okay, here's the result. You could see, okay, it took a while for it to complete the scan. Here is the results. Okay, like for example, like, you know, the Pro FTPD mod copy. There is a video, I've created it a while ago, shows you how to exploit it in Metasploitable 3. So like if you click here, there's a short summary, and this is vulnerable. Detection results here. Here it tells you, you know, you could copy the password, you know, how to do it, and what's the impact, result in a remote code execution, and the solution to contact the vendor. So, okay, again, and here you see this is only one host. The ports that was discovered. the type of application associated with the Metasploitable 3, okay, the operating system, okay, and the CVE. Simply, you just click on any one of them, okay, and you will see the same information as I showed you before, So in each one of them, you will see the summary, the scoring, the detection method, the impact, and what is the solution, and the family is FTP, and the reference is right here. The CVE is, it goes back to 2015. You know, uh, and here also, if there's any error messages happen, there was like some sort of timeout, so uh, the result here. Unencrypted clear text login. So here there's another one also by FTP. And here we have ICMP. So so you can see here for yourself that there's, this Metasploitable 3 has plenty of vulnerabilities that it can be exploited. You just have to do some digging, learning online, or, to read more about the exploitation, and you could do it simply. Now, I'll show you some features in scans. Here's the report, okay? Uh, the report right here, okay? Here shows you high, medium, low, how many, each one of them. High is 7, medium 13, low is 3, you know? And if you want to do comparison, for example, and here the result. Here's the vulnerabilities. It's the same thing I just showed you. And if you want to put any notes. Uh, and these are the vulnerabilities by the severity class. You can see how it's layout. The layout is very nice, actually. It's not that bad, for open source application like this one here. You know, Uh, Honestly, there is a lot to learn in OpenVAS, but what I covered will show you how to install, configure, and do scan against any system you want. One final note, I do like it, but I prefer Nessus, to be more clear. Both Nessus and OpenVAS are powerful vulnerability scanners that can help organizations improve their security position. Now, Nessus may be a better choice for organizations that require a comprehensive solution with a robust support and integration. On the other hand, OpenVAS may be a good fit for small organizations or those with a limited budget, or even for students to learn the concept. You know, Finally, do not use it against any website without explicit permission. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below. By subscribing, you'll be notified when I release new videos, and you will be supporting my channel so that I can continue to create more content like this. Thank you again for watching.